I want to turn your attention to 1 Kings chapter 20, verses 23 and 28. 1 Kings chapter 20, verses 23 and 28. And the word of the Lord declares, "And the servants of the king of Syria said unto him, Their gods are gods of the hills, therefore they were stronger than we. But let us fight against them in the plain, and surely we shall be stronger than they. And there came a man of God, and spake unto the king of Israel, and said, Thus saith the Lord, because the Syrians have said, The Lord is God of the hills, but he is not God of the valleys. Therefore will I deliver all this great multitude into thine hand, and ye shall know that I am the Lord." I want to speak to you for the next few fleeting moments from this thought. He's God of the hills and the valleys. Will you say that with me? He's God of the hills and the valleys. Amen. Pray with me. There are two types of experiences that everyone's life is full of. There are hilltop experiences and there are valley experiences. The ebb and flow, decline and regrowth. Without regard to ethnicity, color, creed, or socioeconomic status, without regard of person, all of us have to deal with the vicissitudes of life. Life's ups and life's downs. We're always one step away, one moment away from the swinging of life's pendulum. The pendulum swings and you're high on the hill. Pendulum swings again and you're down in the valley. Have I got a witness? Pendulum swings and you're running on all cylinders. Pendulum swings again and your body is racked with pain. Pendulum swings and you receive good news. Pendulum swings again and you receive bad news. Pendulum swings and everybody is with you. Pendulum swings again and it seems that everybody is against you. Our faith is firm when things are on the plus side, but where is our faith when things are on the minus side? We often smile from ear to ear when there are many deposits, but can we still exhibit joy when there are many more withdrawals? I want to encourage you today to be humble when you're high on the mountain, but don't throw in the towel when you're down low in the valley. He's God of the hills and the valleys. Amen. Moving very quickly here. First thing I want to let you know is that God is yet in control, even when evil men rise to power. Here we have in this chapter two heads of nations warring against each other. Syria versus Israel. Ben-Hadad versus Ahab. Both of the men are evil men. When evil men rise to power who are obviously your enemy, God is yet in control. But also when evil men rise to power who are leading the nation that you're a part of, God is yet in control. I want to let you know that mankind's evilness will never outweigh God's goodness. Amen. God is in control when one evil man rises to power. God is in control when two evil men rise to power. Even if evil men rise to power throughout the whole world, God is yet in control. Can you say amen? Second thing I want to let you know is to remind you to never underestimate the power of God. Somebody tell you that to your neighbor. Never underestimate the power of God. Here we find that Ben-Hadad comes against Israel with 32 kings that are aligned with him. Seems like that the odds are stacked up against him. But the word of the Lord lets us know the first battle happens on the hills. And it lets us know in verse 20 and 21 that every man slew his man, and they caused the Syrians to retreat and flee. So God gives them victory on the hill. But then how many of you know that once you defeat the enemy, he's not going to just give up. There's another battle after this. Tell somebody there's another battle after this. The first battle happens on the hills. But the next battle happens down in the valley. What we find in verse 27 is that Israel, the Bible says Israel was like two little flocks of kids, but the Syrians filled the whole countryside. The odds were stacked against them. The odds might be stacked against you, but I want to let you know God is God of the hills, but he's also God of the valleys. The Bible lets us know that Ahab and the children of Israel, they slayed 100,000 footmen in one day. Let that sink in for a minute. You might get tired of counting to 100,000. In fact, there are not even 100,000 seconds in one day. But God, through his power, helped them to slay 100,000 in one day. Can I tell you that even though you face a large enemy and it seems like that you won't win, or it seems like it's going to take a long time for you to defeat the enemy, God can give you a mighty, swift victory. I say he can give you a mighty, swift victory. The Bible declares that of those that were left, that a wall fell on 27,000 of those that were left. God gave them victory in the hills, but he also gave them victory in the valley. I'm coming to a close. My final point is that God is not a localized God. God is not a localized deity. He's God regardless of time. He's God regardless of space, regardless of season, regardless of location. Psalm 90 tells us that in all generations, before the mountains were brought forth, or even the world was formed, even from everlasting to everlasting, thou art God. I want to let you know here tonight that the Syrians' proclamation and belief that the God of Israel was God only of the hills was a belief in a localized deity. You see, they had belief in many gods. Their God that was Hadad. Ben-Hadad was the king, son of Hadad, or Hadad is supposedly the god of storm and thunder. And what they made a mistake is they made a mistake to believe that the God of Israel was just like their made-up gods, that he only has strength and power in just a couple of different areas. But I come to tell you here today that God is not only God of the hills, but he's also God of the valleys. Can you say amen? Sometimes on the mountain, I'm coming to a close, where the sun shines bright, God leads his dear children along. But sometimes in the valley, in the darkest of the night, God leads his dear children along. But I like this song that says, wherever he leads me, I will follow. I'll go with him all the way. I'll go with him through hard trials. I'll go with him through tribulation. All the way, all the way. Can you say yes? Say yes to God. He's God, God of the hills. He's God, God of the valleys. He's God, God in the mountains. He's still God, even in the plains. He's God, God in the promised land. He's still God, even in the wilderness. He's God in Canaan land, but he's still God, even in Egypt land. He's God in freedom, but he's still God in slavery. He's God when things are going good, but he's still God when things are going bad. He's God when you're up, but he's still God when you're down. He's God in the city, but he's still God in the country. He's God in the metroplex, but he's still God in the small city. Say yes. He's God in the mega church, but he's God in your church. He's God in wealth, but he's still God even in poverty. He's God in health, but he's still God in sickness. He's God in times of plenty, but he's still God even in times of famine. He's God on Resurrection Sunday, but he's still God on Good Friday. is still God in death. He's God of the hills, but he's God of the valleys. The Syrians, they made a mistake. They said that their gods are not gods of the valley. They're only gods of the hills. Can you say yes? But then God, he sent a prophet. Aren't you glad